You go in there. You go in there. You go in there. Yeah, you go in there, of course. And it needs to be symmetrical. No! It's your fault, not mine.
Okay, everyone ready? Hello everyone, FC Bayern is looking forward to being in Singapore for the Audi Summer Tour, playing the third match tomorrow against Liverpool FC. Welcome to the press conference the day before with our head coach Thomas Tuchel and Ligt, our player. Yeah, we do the press conference in English, so please give us a sign and wait for the microphone. Let's start. Yeah, Tobias Altscheffel, first row. Can you come with the microphone? No, here. Excuse me.
First row.
Hello, two questions for Coach Thomas Tuchel. First of all, how optimistic are you after yesterday's meeting that Harry Kane will be a Bayern Munich player soon? And the second question, how does the Saudi Arabian market or Saudi Arabian soccer influence internationals' soccer market at the moment, in your opinion? Thank you very much.
Maybe we skip straight to the next question. I will not comment on your first question, as you can imagine, and I think I have not a smart comment on the second one. I'm just observing the situation, which is a very new situation, maybe a bit similar to the situation when China started their league, so kind of a similar gold rush there, and we're experiencing the next league who tries to become more popular, more famous, who tries to build a brand, and they convince a lot of players, a lot of quality players and even coaches. So completely new situation and a bit too early for me to have a clear opinion. I'm an observer, surprised observer.
Thank you. Last row, Philipp Schneider for Süddeutsche Zeitung, please.
Mr. Tuchel, some days ago you were talking about Declan Rice, and you said...
You were talking about Declan Rice, and I tried to dribble around in my answer. Okay, good.
So you were asking about Declan Rice, and you said something interesting. You said he's a sort of player that plays in a way that no one else plays in the team that you have.
Yeah, kind of.
Now, the situation is you have a big choice of midfielders in your team, and can you give us an impression? You have Pavard, you have Leimer, you have Goretzka, you have Kimmich. Can you give us an impression of if some of them is capable of playing like Declan Rice? Can you teach them, or is it?
No. We don't teach. We just try to develop the potential and of the players and to bring the potential to the fullest and to use the potential of the player for the team. So no one needs to do anything against his nature. I think all four midfielders from us are very mobile. All four love to play almost in between both boxes, which is just my impression and my observation of them. We don't, in my opinion, we don't have a holding six midfielder who thinks more defensively and takes more care about the deep end of the pitch and is more concerned about protection and does not reach the opponent's box in his prime qualities. All of our players are mobile, all of our players have a lot of qualities and have a bit similar qualities. There are different players. For example, Ryan is a very good dribbler. Leon is a very physical player. Connie is a kind of a hunter, ball hunter, and Josh is quite our strategic guy who loves to do everything and is capable of doing everything and brings a lot of quality to the table and to the team. But still, I think even it's not in his DNA to be a holding midfielder. He likes to move too much. He is too much of a helper everywhere, and he likes to be involved everywhere. So, and he's a very good, for example, he's a very good assist giver. So he has a lot of passes before the assist, which is a key strength of his game. So it's just an observation that we lack a certain type of player. Can we win football games without this type of player? Yes, of course. And that's why it's our job to find solutions.
Next one on the left side, please.
Yeah, hi, Eben from the Straits Times. Welcome back to Singapore, Thomas.
Thank you.
I just want to ask you, based on your assessment of the squad so far, what are the positions that you think Bayern need to strengthen in the transfer window? Of course, the number 9 position is something that I'm sure you are looking at, but beyond that, what are the other positions that Bayern are looking at?
I prefer not to tell you. I could tell you because we made a clear assessment and we took clear decisions. And I think it's very important in our position to take clear positions and focus on some few players to strengthen the squad and to bring additional players to the squad that we are absolutely convinced of in terms of personality and quality, and not to get distracted in the transfer window by pressure of time or by alternatives. So the players who we want, they absolutely know, and I think this is enough. We will inform you about the process when the process hopefully finished, and they are our players.
Next, Manuel Bonke, German Media, TZ.
One question from Matthias. Kim Min Jae told us that you are very important for him because you integrate him into the squad. Can you tell us how do you do that?
Just speak with him. I think that's the most important thing. Yeah, I know that when you're a new player, and especially if you go immediately on a trip like this, you come in a new world, the Bayern world, let's say this way, and with all the media and all the stuff, it's really important that you feel comfortable, that you can integrate immediately into the team. And yeah, I just try to help him, but not only him, also the other players to help them feel well, so they can deliver as quick as possible performances, but most importantly that they feel really well into the team, because I think that's the most important thing to perform.
And that's what Mata's strength is. So if Kim says this, he's absolutely right, because Mata is a kind of a guy who brings people together, is open-minded and a very, very good form of communication, and a top guy. So this is his type of character, and that's why we're happy that he's here.
Next one is Nicolina for Bild.
One question to Mr. Tuchel regarding what you said about the midfielders. I would like to know, are you searching for to play with the profile of Ligt and Rice? I'm asking because Uli Hoeneß said he doesn't really understand the discussions about the midfielders.
Yeah, but we're not entering in a game where we answer on maybe Uli Hoeneß quote on a press conference. I'm in a very good contact. He's a part, of course, he's part of our transfer group and transfer board, where we discuss all these opinions, and it's far away from the topic about the midfielder. It's not necessary that we agree on everything, so it's just necessary to have a good discussion, and that he knows my point. And like I said, can we win football games without a holding six? Of course, it's our job to find solutions. Are we searching? Not desperately, because we trust, of course, also our players who have a contract, and we trust the quality and the quality of the players and the quality of the character. If there is a possibility, yeah, we will be open, because the situation is the situation, but there is not a lot. So the most important is that you can have an opinion, but there's no need to be stubborn. There's no need to put pressure, and from there we go. There are not a few players who can make us stronger, in my belief, and it's anyway. These players are sometimes not available. Sometimes things happen which we don't know now. They happen in the next weeks. Let's see. We're quite relaxed, and that's all I can say.
Next one, also German media team, Kraft for Sat.1.
Yes, one for Mr. Tuchel. How do you, what do you think about Singapore so far? Maybe you've been out or seen some sights or seen the city. And one for Mr. Ligt, what do you think about the circumstances and conditions regarding weather and pitches here in Singapore?
Well, it's the city of roof terraces, I have to say. I'm now for the third time with 3 different clubs, and we always end up in a nice evening on a roof terrace, which is pretty impressive always, the view and the surrounding, of course. So we took the chance that we skipped, or we had no training session today, to do kind of a evening together. We had a dinner together with the staff and a glass of water or a glass of wine, and some had a beer together on a roof terrace. It's a nice city, it's a clean city, it's a well-organized city. This is how I experience it. Very helpful people, very friendly people. Everywhere we come, on the training pitches, everybody's helpful and doing their best. The conditions are the conditions. You know this before, it's humid, it's hot. It helps a lot when the sun is not out. It helps a lot. So we push the training session in the afternoon to the late afternoon, and we accept the conditions. They are not the best to do professional sports, but they're also not an excuse. So we're doing our stuff. It's pretty tiring for the players, I guess, after being in Japan, now being here, but we kind of enjoy it. It's a peaceful, well-organized city with a lot of beautiful spots, so we're making the most of it, and it's not so hard.
Yeah, I think what the trainer also said, like obviously the circumstances are not ideal, but I have to say yesterday we trained for the first time here, and it was more comfortable than in Japan. I think in Japan it was really hot, and the sun was shining the whole day, so to train was sometimes hard. And yesterday it was a cloudy day. It was a little bit cooler, so for us players this makes already a big difference. But yeah, what the trainer said, of course, we try to train as best as possible, to do as much as possible, and we are trying to make the best out of it.
So we have 5 more questions. Last row, please. Yes.
Quick question for Matthias. Tomorrow you'll play against Virgil van Dijk, so obviously you play alongside in the national team, and also Cody Gakpo as well. Can you just speak about your experiences with them? How much Virgil may have helped you as a defender?
Well, I have a really good relationship with both of them. I think I play now with Virgil for 5 years in the national team, and he's of course a big example for me. He has won the Champions League. He had some amazing scenes with Liverpool. I also want to congratulate him with becoming captain today, I think, so this is also a really big achievement for him. And with Cody and Gakpo also I have a good relationship. He's a really good guy, really humble. He's working always really hard, and I'm really happy to see that he's doing really well at Liverpool, and I can't wait to face them tomorrow on the pitch.
Georg Olsen in the middle for German media.
Yeah, I have 2 questions. One to Matthias on the first hand. How does a new goalkeeper maybe influence your way of football and your game, especially in the defense? And the other question to Mr. Tuchel. Sadio Mane left the club. Now the wingers are Kingsley Coman, Serge Gnabry and Leroy Sané. Maybe Jamal Musiala or Mathis Tel as well. What do you expect, especially from the first 3? In their game, what do they have to do? What do they have to do better than the last years? Do they have to score more? Do they have to bring more assists? Or do they have to work more defensively? Whatever, I have no idea. It's a bit superficial right now, but...
They can start with goals and assists, would make all of us very happy. But to be honest and fair, I like all of them, and I think they deserve to be there in the position to fight for it. Especially Leroy, Serge, and Kingsley. They are since many years now players for Bayern Munich, and they show what their value is. I think after the loss of Robert Lewandowski, there was a shift of responsibility on their shoulders to score. Maybe everybody expected them to score suddenly double figures, which did not happen from various reasons. There's never one reason in football. There are a lot of reasons. In general, I'm happy because the work ethic is good. I'm happy because the quality is anyway good, but the work ethic is top, and they work hard for the team. All of them are team players. All of them are reliable. We can, I think, try Mattis on the wing if anything comes up. We can try Chupo, played on the left wing many times in his career. Jamal can play there. So I think we still have a lot of options and do not run out of wingers and offensive players in the offensive line. And well, it's now 2.5 weeks that we train, and we train about our principles, what we want, what positions we want, where to accelerate our game, where to go into dribblings, where we need runs, and a very important part is the transition from ball loss. They are the first guys to initiate a counter pressing, and this is a topic of the games where we need to improve heavily. And this is a huge topic for the offensive line, because they should be normally the first ones to initiate the counter pressing. So that's very roughly what we expect, which is already pretty much.
Let's have Ligt.
I have one question.
So about the goalkeeper.
Oh, sorry.
Well, it's quite a short answer, I think. Yeah, you were asking about the goalkeeper, a new goalkeeper, but I think we have now 3 really good fit goalkeepers who are with us right now. Yann, Sommer, Ulreich, and Richie Rosman. And obviously we also have Manu, who is coming back. So yeah, I don't know really what to answer about the question.
Or if the goalkeepers change for you, if there is always a different one behind you.
Yeah, but I mean, every player is different. It's also with the center back. It's also with the midfielder. Every player is different, and with every player you have a different understanding, a different way of working, and you know each other's qualities. Of course, when you play a long time with someone, you know his qualities better, and you can adapt to this. But yeah, I think we all play for Bayern Munich because we have a certain qualities, and yeah, for me it doesn't make that much of a difference which goalkeeper I play with.
No, please, yeah.
Do you think winning Champions Leagues with Bayern will be more harder than winning Champions Leagues with Chelsea or not?
For me?
Yeah.
I found it pretty hard to win the Champions League in general, so we don't expect it to become any easier. We work in a club, you know, where we demand it from ourselves, where we demand to compete for the titles. But no matter what titles you compete for, if you want to climb Mount Everest, you need to start the journey. You need to pack good. You need to plan good. You need to train. You need to be prepared. And then you need to do it step by step from base camp to base camp. Otherwise, you will never arrive. And you need to be ready if things get tough, because things will get tough. And then you need a bit of luck. And Champions League, like in Mount Everest, you need a bit of luck. And yeah, then everything is possible. But it doesn't help to talk about the dream too much. You can have a dream, and then you need to always face reality that living the dream means you need to be prepared and you need to force luck. And this is where we are. This is where we need at some point grow together. What we do now, we grow together. We create a spirit where we can trust each other and be ready to face difficulties together. And then everything is possible in sports, of course.
Last 2 questions, Carrie Haufer, German Media, Sport 1.
Yeah, maybe a question for both of you. Benji Pavard told the club already some weeks ago that he's not ready to extend his contract and he would like to leave, but he's still there, there's no offer, and he's playing a lot, so I would like to hear your opinion on the whole situation. Do you want him to stay? Is there still hope that he will stay? And maybe especially for Matthias, how it is to play with Benji. Thank you.
Also pretty relaxed and pretty clear, because yeah, we know about the situation. Is for me not so clear like you told the story. It's kind of the story, but not in these like super clear statements. you will always have the possibility that you end up in situations where a player plays his cards with 1 year contract left. But in this case, especially for Benji, we are relaxed, we wait. He's not the only right defender we have at the moment. He is not the only central defender, but he's a very reliable one. So he played a very reliable rest of the season since I'm in charge, and he does the same every training and every pre-season match. And we were very clear when we talked about the situation that we will treat him from the sportive side as if he has a 10-year contract. There is no need for pressure. There is no need for pressuring into a decision. And this is what we do. And then there comes an evaluation of the situation, like more or less now in preseason every week. So we said after Tegernsee we do. Now we do again after Asia. But he's doing good. He's a very special character. Not like the others, but in the end very reliable. And it's good to have him. He shows that he shows the consistency that you like to have on a top level in defense, no matter on which positions.
Yeah, so I can only admit that he's a really good player, really reliable. What the coach said, every game he plays a 6, so always above a 6, never under. And I think this for a coach, an amazing player to have. It's something that you search in a team, to have these kind of players who can give good performances every week, and he showed this last year. And also in this preseason, I think he never showed any sign of not the will to be here, to stay here. So yeah, I think we just as a team and as a club, we're happy that he's here. And the more quality players we have, the more chance we have to become successful. So I think I'm also really happy that he's still here.
In the middle, Florian Plettenberg for Sky.
Thanks. Matthias, you, Kim, Upamecano, Pavard, do you guys have the potential to be the best central defense in the world? Easy question. And
very easy.
And for Thomas Tuchel, the goalkeeper situation. How do you rate this situation? Why is the club actively searching for a possible replacement for Yann Sommer? And is it possible that you continue with Yann Sommer in the next weeks?
Say again the beginning of the question. I didn't get it.
The question is why the club is searching for a possible replacement for Yann Sommer, who's waiting for the green light to join Inter Milan. Thanks.
Yeah, we have, I simply don't want to give you all the details in the situation, because there are, of course, confidential talks between player, agent, club, and they are like with Benji Pavard, there's a wish from the player. On the other side, there's a contract with Bayern Munich, and there's like a bit of in between. Both players are happy to be at Bayern, plus players could also think about something else. So we need to protect our interests. We are happy with Yann because he's a fantastic guy. He's a very good goalkeeper, and in the dressing room, well respected in how he behaves. It's not easy to be at Bayern Munich, and you have Manuel Neuer, and what he means for the club, like in kind of every story, in kind of every mouth, in kind of every expectations around. So it's not easy for him to feel totally free, to feel like maybe totally confident. And for this kind of role that he is in, he's doing very, very good. And we have a contract, and there's of course the possibility that we stay with Yann, protect our interests, and we play the season. It's more or less the same with for example, Lucas Hernandez. There's a wish of a player. Okay, we can talk if we find a replacement, and if we think we have a benefit from it, and if there is really an offer that is not an offending offer, but it matches the value of the player, then we think about it. But we are not rushed by the market. We are not rushed from the money, and we will not rush into decisions. We protect our own interests, and at the moment, Yann is our goalkeeper. and Ule is there, like he is there, and Manu is trying to get back as soon as possible.
Yeah, about the question about the best defense. Well, obviously we have 4 defenders with good quality. Otherwise, you won't play for this big club, I think. But what I learned in football is that you're as good as your teammates are doing. So basically, you can be the best defender in the world, best 1-against-1. But if you're always getting into tough situations because the team is not working well, or your communication with each other is not good, it's going to be difficult for you. So yeah, obviously we have a lot of quality individual, but the most important thing is that we can have a good performance together, because I think especially in defense it's not only about the center back, it's also about cooperation with the goalkeeper, with the right and left back, with the defensive midfielders. So yeah, to name yourself probably the best defense in the world, for me doesn't make any sense. But yeah, I mean, we have we have some quality in the back, and I think it's only good because it means that you have to fight for your spot. There's a lot of competition, and I think this will bring out the best of all of us. So yeah, hopefully we can stay together and make an amazing season together with the 4 of us, but especially with the whole team.
Okay, the very last one, quick question. Yes?
Thomas, Sadio Mane came out and said that he feeling hurt, that he had to leave Bayern Munich this way. I just want to know if the feeling is mutual with you, and what was the last conversation that you had with him?
We had a long, big hug, and we agreed to both each other that we don't like what's happening now, but we both think as well, we both agreed that we think it's the best in this situation. Sometimes don't work out as everybody wants it to work out. Me personally, I have a very good relationship always with him. This will stay. So this was pretty much the last talk. It was kind of sad. We had a long hug, but we had both a smile on our faces, and we assured ourselves to keep the good relationship. It's not personal from his side. I can totally understand that he feels hurt. I feel also not happy if things like this happen. It always leaves something that we didn't bring it to the full potential, which is my job also, and my responsibility. So it's always a kind of a sad moment, but yeah, in this particular situation, it was the best solution to den Knoten zu entfernen, like that. To untie the knot.
Okay, thank you for coming. See you all tomorrow. Thanks.
Bye. Bye. Ciao. Ciao.
Sorry?